Mighty strikes back on Towers of Doom and takes a win here. Crazy Moving's Chromie pick. Just final thoughts.
Well, wasn't at least it wasn't El Gaslo or Murky. So that wasn't the worst pick, but still there were lots of problems, and we could kind of tell Crazy Moving was not too happy after game 1 and in game 2. We'll see what happens in game 3. I think the momentum actually switched over because of that also to Mighty. They have a very good chance of.
I think this is a series they absolutely can win.
I think like this is the day Miracle they only had the revamp roster for the couple of last week, so maybe this is the time to take off the win from the beginning. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, look, this would be a huge momentum swing in terms of who are the favorites going into this. Let's see which map pick comes in. I'll trust the color this time. It is the
Infernal Shrines.
Infernal Shrines, and it's a Mighty pick according to the colors, although that was not true last time, so we'll see. I'll trust it this time. So it's a Mighty map pick, which means Miracle took first ban. And we're going to see the first time we see Infernal Shrines today, which means there's a high chance we see Diablo coming in higher priority. Falstad probably going to be a little bit lower on this smaller map. And obviously there's a lot to be said about potentially Kerrigan as well.
Yeah, Kerrigan may just be banned from the beginning and just open Zarya to one of the teams. We'll see if it happens because Kerrigan is most of the time banned from the beginning. So just having Kerrigan on that shrine is just so much more of a bonus. And having that kill so fast, it's just gives them a lot of advantage just carrying on that Punisher kills. Let's see what happens in the draft.
Let's see if Miracle just does a throwaway ban here. If they really want the Kerrigan or the Diablo, we'll see a weird ban here.
Maybe they'll just burn time and waste the ban. Just open it. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time.
I hope not. I'd say a good ban here is actually just potentially the Falstad itself. Just ban that. Said, okay, well, we're going to get a strong first pick here no matter what, and you actually can't use Falstad. Falstad not as powerful on this map, but I think it's a good throwaway ban. Leaves you a lot of opportunities. Another one they could use is Tassadar if they really want to go down the Diablo path. But if they want to take Kerrigan, Tassadar might be something they want to take themselves anyways. So remember, this is non-rework Tassadar, at least for this weekend. I believe that will change next week. It will be the Kerrigan ban, so they're not actually looking for it. This may force Mighty to... well, there's a few choices left here. This is why first pick is so powerful on a map like this. I'm going to take Tassadar away, which means Miracle could either take Diablo if they really want it this early, or they can move in to take Rag or Malfurion.
Or even Zarya is open now,
Zarya
so they can even, if they want to make a team come around Zarya and a tank, they can have a lot of DPS from the backside. So we'll see what happens, because Zarya can also poke, and poking does some of the damage with her Q.
She also has quite a bit of a strong solo shrine.
There she is.
She's a strong solo shriner, so you can actually leave her to kill the monsters while you push lanes. She builds up her energy very quickly. She just goes in there. She clears very quickly, like a Sonya, for example.
Yeah, Sonya's not yet buffed, so we won't see her too much in this weekend, but maybe in next weekend.
Yeah, we did see her a little bit in Open Division because they play on the current patch, but this, of course, is an older. This is the current PTR build, so not buffed yet.
But still, we see a lot of interesting draft, and starting next week, we're gonna have a lot more heroes available. I think that's gonna that's gonna really push all the 8 teams on their hero pools and what they can play, making the team comp. It's gonna like push them to their limit.
Valeera will be legal next week as well.
That's right.
We're gonna see the Rag Vala combo here. Could have gone, if they wanted to do a little bit more old school, like December 2016, they could have gone for the ETC Malfurion. But they're going to go for Vala, which basically kind of forces Miracle to consider the Ariel ban, or consider taking it themselves, but there's something that Ariel can pair with currently on their team. I think the Diablo is something that really could be taken in here. So I'm going to take Varian instead with the Malfurion. Malfurion is much more likely, of course, than the Ariel that I just described.
Yeah, and something to keep in mind, Miracle and Crazy Moving especially, he has played somewhat of a Sergeant tank in this map, of course, and he has kept a pretty good positioning, and I believe he won pretty much all of the games when he had Sergeant Hammer on himself. So we'll see if that gets picked up here.
All right. Mighty looking for that second ban here. Not a clear choice. And I keep saying that, but with how many heroes are currently meta, it's very difficult.
Yeah, which is a good thing. Like compared to like this time last season, it was so much easier to predict the draft. It was
in
so
summer-
stuck, but the patches, the way that it has been going, I love it. I think we're going towards that golden balance, so to say.
Look, in summer, man, I could cast the game with my eyes closed, or draft.
Cast a draft,
the
right?
Draft, yeah. Well, some teams
Especially
do it with my
Tempest,
eyes closed,
yes.
but yeah, Tempest and Black. Everyone's super impressed by my my finals analysis in DreamHack. I'm like, well, I just cast these teams. I'll see it look like this the whole time. We're gonna see the ETC ban come out, which is not surprising, with already 2 warriors on the side of Miracle. This does allow Diablo to potentially come into the play for Mighty. I don't have too much to pair it with at this moment in time, so I guess we're probably not gonna see it.
Miracle is still hiding their DPS on Mage, so Mighty really needs to decide which they need to predict and really score. Maybe they'll miss score, but still they need to really think about what the opponent is going to pick in Medivh, Joanna. Okay, so that kind of forces Miracle to not pick a lot of DPS.
I think we're probably going to see a Li Ming pick up here for Miracle at this point in time, with a large front line to protect her. And obviously she has quite a bit of poke. Not her strongest map, because there's no channels involved. She can deny things with poke. The Johanna coming out before Muradin is really interesting. They're expecting potentially a really strong ranged carry. They also took away the Tychus. So I think it's time to pick an AP here. And
I think they are also a little bit cautious about picking a tank because they have Barian on the other side, and Johanna could be unstoppable, canceling out that taunt.
Sure. I think that something else to keep in mind here is potentially Gul'dan. It's not the map where you say he's a must pick, but with all the burn he has, Medivh has some trouble countering that with his protect because he can only protect for a short time.
Yeah, that's right.
Miracle, again, running out of time here. Sergeant Hammer, there's the Gul'dan. Okay.
What I said and what you said, right, picked at the very end, and
yeah.
I think they have a solid comp. The only thing I would actually say is I think Zarya shield will make a lot of difference in the front line. Of course, Varian can be tanky, but he's not the tankiest tank, so to say.
Morales, that is a risky pick into a Varian if I I've ever seen one.
It is just to save Vala from just bursting out somewhere. I think it's an okay pick, but if you actually stay on the side, but against Sergeant Hammer, I don't know.
We'll see. I think Vala is really going to be required to do all the damage herself, just like we saw with Dudu earlier on Sky Temple. Whichever team takes this third map will take the lead and take match point, and our second best of 5 of the evening here at HGC Korea. I'm Wolf, with me is G Clef. Let's find out which one of these teams is going to move on to match point. In blue, Mighty. Joker on Johanna. Sands on Ragnaros. Magi on Medivh. Nasang on Morales. And SDE on Vala.
I actually thought you were Medivh.
I have that great impression.
On the right in red, MVP Miracle. Hankana on Variant. Dami on Zarya. Sniper on Gul'dan. Crazy Moving on Sergeant Hammer. And Darvish on Furion.
Okay.
I think MVP Miracle has a really strong, really strong Shrine Fight ability.
They have such a powerful pushing composition as well, and with the poke they have with Sergeant Hammer and Gul'dan, any Immortals that get taken against them will be killed very quickly. They have a lot of range damage to just kind of poke them down. Once they go over the wall, they just kind of click on everything and blow it up.
That too, and then Medivh will be the crucial pick here. Medivh can come in and harass, and depending on how much harassment that he can actually do to the back line, like Sergeant Hammer or Gul'dan, I think that's gonna make a lot of differences within the team fight and the shrine fights.
So we're gonna see Echoed Corruption here, this time for Gul'dan, so we're expecting a longer game. That is one of the most powerful questing talents in the entire game, and when you get it, your ability literally becomes twice as good. Especially against these 2 frontliners at the front, and Medivh as well going to be popping in and out of worlds, as the Observer is showing now. This is huge. Keep an eye on that. As soon as he starts reversing those, it's I mean, in
Takes
my
a lot
opinion,
of
probably,
stacks though.
Yeah, but I think in my opinion, when you complete that, it's one of the biggest power spikes in the game, probably like top 5. It's just so powerful. You see everyone of Mighty is dodging it. They do not want those stacks to be given. So this means a really big late game power spike for Miracle.
The Mighty really, and it's one of the things all the support players picking that scout ground for level 1 talent is to have more map control just to see what's happening, even if the opponent does not really have a stealth hero. But still, that just forces them to kind of come towards it because they have to do auto attack, and that kind of positions themselves in danger, and then that's when they can get a pick off.
Something that we saw in Cursed Hollow twice today already too with a scouting drone is it's not always about protecting yourself against ganks. It gives vision so you can hit your skill shots. You can dodge skill shots with it as well because you have the vision of where they're coming from. Sergeant Hammer can only hit targets with her siege tank if she could see them. So if you have a scouting drone in position, for example, that's something that that can really help you. On the side of Mighty, it's really just going to be about dodging the corruptions, dodging Zarya's grenades, and really Sergeant Hammer, not a whole lot of dodging going to happen there, maybe your napalms, but seeing Sergeant Hammer, being able to punish Sergeant Hammer, these are the moves they're looking for here on Mighty's side with their scouting drone.
And Miracle has been doing some poking, and then they're actually stealing a lot of those minions
Gul'dan is
just
great
by
at that.
poking.
Yeah.
And Crazy Moving just standing on the side. He's gonna do that the entire game. We saw that a lot of times, even during Super League last season.
This is my Hero League. Sergeant Hammer does it even if we don't have a comp for him. I'm like, oh, you can't be there. So I saw it on OGen. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Sands just dropped out here. This could actually turn the fight around. They do portal away though as this Immortal comes out. This actually, or excuse me, I keep saying Immortal. Punisher. Sorry, I'm fired.
That's totally fine.
It's the Arcane Punisher.
Arcane Punisher, but the first Punisher is not the strongest one, of course, so it shouldn't matter too much, but it's an Arcane one, which is one of the stronger one. And even Ragnaros even pops that passive Molten Core just to keep it safe. They want to engage, and Dami a little bit out of Varian is the first one to melt down.
Oh, Dami's gonna die here too. And you know what? Crazy Moving is taking a lot of damage. There's a protect, so he could die. If he nearly gets the kill, they're going to clear this wave. And Sniper just runs up to try to get EXP, as that's all he could really do. We talked about how powerful Miracle's poking is with this composition, how strong their immortals can be. They got through that wall so easily, and then they overextended and died. So it hurts to watch that. It absolutely should not have happened, a mistake by Miracle. But I'm worried for them. In this series so far, they seem to be a bit shaken.
I think Mighty's really taking on their chance, like Ragnaros going into Molten Core right at the moment where the Punisher tries to hit the fort, and then the fort is basically 100% HP right now because it was in Molten Core form when Punisher was punching it the entire time, and also doing a lot of damage, just poking from the side, and Vala could chase, and they got 2 kills already.
Notice the poking quest for Zarya as well here. This is something we've seen a lot, especially from Mene on Dignitas when he plays the hero. As you know, Mene is the ranged player for Dignitas, but he plays Zarya like a ranged because he's so good at the grenades and he takes his build a lot. I'd say it's most popular in Europe. They're really just kind of looking for the poke. Safety with Varian in the front lines. He even gets the heal here because he's basically solo tanking with how Zarya has chosen to build this. Really, really like how they're doing this. He's going to get taunt, he's going to get even tankier. I really like what Miracle has chosen. Like, their comp seems almost perfect. Like, it's like, oh, this is brilliant. I really like what you're doing here.
One of the things we might end up seeing is sometimes Medivh comes in all the way to the back line, like into the enemy space, and he's trying to portal back. That's when Zarya uses the expulsion zone, so he can't not go back to the portal. We saw that in some of the open division games. That might happen in this game. We'll see.
Could also be that he gets taunted after he goes to the portal.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Can't go back. So
that's the double CC there.
Yeah, definitely going to be scary. And Nasong is going to have to keep that cleanse button at the ready. As we saw earlier today, that taunt can really ruin your day.
I think
Homecoming
the
knows.
Joanna pick from Mighty was one of the best tanks they could have chosen from all that, because Joanna gives a lot of wave clear, especially for the Strike minions, and also getting unstoppable, not getting caught by the taunt when he's in the front line. Unlike Konkano, he's overextending a little bit too much. Joker, he overextends a little bit, but not over that line. I think he's been doing such a great job tonight.
On in terms of the wave clear you described with Zarya, it's so funny. That used to be the must pick on this map. Johanna and Leoric, when Leoric's Q did the same damage to minions and stuff as it does not do now. That was insanely powerful. Magi is going to split soak here with Medivh, actually. We saw him do quite a bit of split soaking with Volstad. He knows, and the team knows, that they cannot win this Punisher, so he's going to try to push them to level 10 first, and it looks like it's going to work. Sans is also getting a ton of split soak done in bot. They're going to have 10 this time. They're going to have their heroics. Am I even going to pick here on the Sniper? Oh, Blessed Shield, they get 10! And they will get the kill on the Sniper. Well done.
Very well done by Mighty right there, but Miracle, after having Ragnarok's pushed a little bit on the bottom, but it's, I guess Molten Core is not back yet because he should be coming into mid and trying to take this Punisher out.
Yeah, I
but
imagine
SD,
it's just out.
SD is just solo just taking that Punisher out. That was enough. And Dami getting caught out a little bit, but it might be too much if they overextend.
Look, I just want to point out as well, this is a small subtle thing. They did not attack him when he had his shield up. Medivh does die here. It was an overextension, but they made sure Dami did not gain energy. It was really well done. So that would have made things obviously much more difficult. We are going to see the taunt here for Varian, as we all
As expected,
knew.
yes.
Yeah.
But we
a
saw
subtle
that.
thing there.
We just saw that like Medivh was overextending a little bit, getting a little bit too greedy, and then he just basically got cut off. And that's what we're gonna see a few times at least from Whitey's side. He really has to be careful. I know his mission is to harass the back line, but that's also one of the things that you should be careful of.
As we were talking about earlier, they did it this time without the taunt or the expulsion zone, both the tools we were discussing. So we're gonna see more camps traded.
But they have so much CC and so much poking damage. The shrine fights, Mighty's gonna have a hard time. Even if like the first shrine, they basically started like 10 seconds before Miracle did, and they still couldn't get it.
Look at that attempt to taunt SDE and immediately dealt with. Instantaneous cleanse, heals, no way. But the problem with this is that cleanse is on a much longer cooldown than taunt is, so you can only do this so often, so it's still a big threat. Look, here's another taunt. Joker does get out of it with the safeguard and the big Morales heals. As the bot fort goes down to Sans, will he get punished for it? I imagine there's no way out. Oh, he's going to do a tricky move here. This is sneaky. He needs to go ahead and Hearth right now, though. Is he going to get away? No way. He's Hearthing.
I think he has a chance. Oh, no, he's actually going to go
for it, yeah.
He's actually going to push this a lot, doing a lot more damage. Medivh's coming faster than Sergeant Hammer. Sergeant Hammer is going to take some time. Vayne does misses, though. Now, point is on. SD doing so much damage.
He's stim thrown.
Leyline seal.
Oh my god!
Oh,
that was a beautiful condemn there right afterwards out of the leyline seal. It almost starts to feel like Sans was baiting this the entire time, like it was his plan from the beginning.
I've also got sealed at that moment. That got me chilled, man. That was one of the best leyline seals I've ever seen.
I mean, the follow-up with the immediate, perfectly timed condemn, as Sans baits everyone down, calls out the rotation. This is the Sans I wanted to see on Whitewater last season that we just simply did not see. Wow. This is going to be obviously a one shrine for Mighty as they take the talent tier advantage, and Magi goes top to soak.
This game can actually go towards Mighty, and it looks like it is going towards it. And Miracle, Hong Kong is staying in the front line, trying to taunt, like, focus Morales, Swift Rage. That's the mission, right? But only taunt. That was the only thing. Not much of a follow-up. No real damage right after. So nothing else really to like engage and kill Morales there. So Miracle is really in question how they can kill that Morales, because she's been healing from the back line the entire time.
Yeah, I don't think it's something they really expected here in the draft. It's giving them big pause, I'd say. They're not going to push aggressively to try to get this keep, but rather split into two groups. The keep wall's already gone. Magi's going to soak top. They're going to get this mid fort, which is going to get them closer to 16. They got 2 times the soak of Miracle. Was unable to get anything top. And like as you said, Mighty is fast approaching a win here. And they're just going to rotate back, take a safe camp. Now here's what's really cool. Magi can scout. If they see Miracle moving in to their own camp, they could invade. And because they see Magi, they know it's not safe. And even though this is so beautiful because Mighty knows that they could invade at any time, but they see Miracle goes away. Now they see, okay, they're not going to invade us. and it doesn't matter, but just the fact that the Raven is there alone is so powerful.
It is annoying. It's always annoying to have the Raven on top of you. Like, they're always watching what you're doing, but I know Raven may come back and do some damage and just portal out. That's even more harassed, but still, it just gives you a lot of stress to have it mid against the other team. And also taking down that fort instead of pushing all the way with Punisher. When you have a Ragnaros on your team, it is really good to just fort around all the way, not just push one lane. So like what we saw in the fight in the below, changing into multiple core. I don't think Miracle expected that to happen at that moment. That was a great play by Ragnaros just now.
Yeah, Sand's really showing us the power of that trait, and they're going to actually go ahead and take down this top fort. SD is just going to tank it. They're going to get it. There's not very many shots left on this fort, so it's out of ammo now. Magi equalizing EXP here. Miracle is slowly catching up because, again, that bot EXP. But Mighty, with this push, looks to control keep. They have vision. Magi follows. They have vision. They see everyone's bot. Miracle's getting out-rotated. Magi has vision. They know this is safe. They're going to push down this wall. They have Tiger Dudes here with the Fallen Shaman camp, but they're going to push this into the keep. Now they can rotate away, and this is all Magi. All he has to do is the Watcher. He sees everything that's happening, makes the calls, and Mighty just runs circles quite literally around Miracle. They're up a talent tier, and this should be a free Punisher yet again. I can't imagine Miracle is going to be able to contest.
Magi's doing a great job. He's not overextending too much to get his stacks. He's just controlling over the tower. He's just becoming a moving ward, actually.
So well played.
And Miracle, they have a chance. They have a chance to get it back, but they are still a level down, which means talent down. So if Mighty actually wants to fight here, that will be a little tough for Miracle to engage.
All right, they could actually just drop down Sulfuris here, try to get some serious damage on the Crazy, but he could be the target. Honkono, good positioning here, trying to get the taunt on SDE, and Nasang has Cleanse ready. Magi just waiting for his opportunity. Okay, here we go. There's the attempted taunt. Does not get the kill onto SDE. Good protect here on the Joker. MVP does take control of the Shrine for now.
It is a little bit out of range, but he can do some damage.
Oh, that Leyline Seal again, G-Clef! This time not going to be as good. They do get the big condemn.
Oh, that Twilight Dream got cancelled on that too. That's really big, and Naviru can't do so much on that. If that Twilight Dream actually went off, that could have changed the team fight. SDE doing so much damage, and Darvish just staying alive for a few more seconds. And Honkono just tank fights here. I don't think a kill can go up. And
this is clearly a practiced combo from Mighty. The Leyline Seal into the Condemn into the Sulfuric Smash. We saw it there. Boom. So much damage. That's what turned the tide. The canceled Twilight Dream as well that you mentioned really, really hurt them. This will be a keep. I don't think this could be game. The death timers are still too low. Miracle hasn't even hit 16 yet, so they have short death timers.
And Multicore is still on. He just used it, so it's still on cooldown.
Yeah.
And we'll have to see. Maybe this will be just keep and just go back.
All right, here we go. Dami does get caught here. Of course, we'll have to back away. Did build a lot of energy from that, so it can help push this wave back. Or rather, push this Punisher
Dami's
back.
actually in danger. Vala goes all the way in. Was in. Wow, what a guy. SDE really playing Vala so much better.
Yeah, much better than I expected, to be honest. Honkono dies here. This should be game, in fact. Magi uses a teleport
Miracle
here.
is losing it.
His
Oh
sniper so low. The core is going down. The Punisher survives 2-3 arcane spinny fire things. I don't know what their technical term is, but they are killing the core. And they're killing Miracle. Mighty's going to take a 2-0 lead, G-Clef, against MVP Miracle. There you have it. Well played.
Mighty finally a satisfied face somehow.
I said it before, I was worried about the new roster changes. Have Dami and Honkono settled in to MVP Miracle? Will they gel with this team? The loss of Tist, I'm really feeling it. I feel like Tist was the player that played an all-rounded tank that kept the team together, helped peel. Honkono is more aggressive. He's playing variant. He's going for these aggressive taunt attempts. He's failing many, many times. I feel like when I look at Miracle, I feel Tist is sorely missed here. And no pun intended, no rhyme intended, but Tist is missed.
I think Tist is the one that really stayed with the team the entire time. He was always there to help his teammates, But Honkono is a different style of player where he actually wants to make that engagement and he actually wants to start the fight. But that's a like total different team style. And really, they were worried from the beginning of the game. They were saying during the interview, I don't think we're super comfortable with this play style, but we'll make it work somehow. But I don't think it's gonna happen during tonight's match.
I think Mai's going to take this. And I'm surprised, but after watching game 1, I was like, they have a great chance.
Yes.
And then after game 2, I'm like, I look at Crazy Moving's face, and I think they've got a really good
That
chance